The cozy kitchen of Nanna Ann Mary cottage was filled with the gentle, rhythmic scratch of a crayon on paper and the soft scent of freshly brewed tea. Outside, a gentle Irish mist clung to the green hills, but inside it was warm and bright. Nanna, with her warm smile and kind eyes, was just finishing a batch of her famous scone bread, the aroma of which always made Mia's tummy rumble with happy anticipation. 6-year-old Mia was perched at the large, well-worn wooden table, her tongue sticking out in concentration. Before her lay the coloring page, a black and white outline of her Nana, holding her favorite teapot, surrounded by shamrocks and hearts. The words, "I'm Irish and full of love and tea," were written across the top, and Mia thought it was the most perfect drawing in the world. She had just finished coloring Nana's apron in a deep, vibrant green and was now carefully choosing a crayon for the teapot. "Nanna," Mia began, her voice a small, thoughtful hum. "Why are there so many? Shamrocks on your page?" Nanna Ann Mary turned from the oven, her hands busy with a tea towel, her smile as warm as the scones. "Ah, Mia, my dear, that's because the shamrock is a very special symbol for us Irish folk." She carefully placed the tray of golden scones on. "Why erect too cool? It's a symbol of St. Patrick, you see. He used it to teach people about the Holy Trinity, with its 3 leaves all coming from one stem. A bit like 3 people in one family, all connected by love." She walked over to the table and picked up the half-colored page, admiring Mia's work. "But for a lot of people, it just means luck, a bit of good fortune, a wish for a happy life. That's why you see them everywhere on St. Patrick's Day, and why they're on my apron and on your lovely drawing." Mia nodded, her brow furrowed in thought as she picked up a brown crayon. "It's like a 4-leaf clover is extra lucky." "Exactly right." Nanna chuckled softly. "A 4-leaf clover is a very rare and special find. It's supposed to bring you great luck, but I always tell people that the greatest luck in the world is having a loving family and good health. You don't need a 4-leaf clover for that, now do you?" Mia smiled, her little hands moving with purpose. She began to color the teapot a rich, earthy brown, just like the one Nanna used every day. "Nanna, what does full of love and tea mean?" asked next, her eyes darting from the page to her Nana's face. Nanna Ann Mary pulled up a chair and sat down, leaning her elbows on the table and resting her chin in her hands. "Well," she began, her voice soft and full of warmth, "it means that love and tea are 2 of the most important things in life. Tea is a comfort. It warms you up on a cold day, and it's what you share with friends and family. It's what you offer someone when they come to your door. When I have a good cup of tea, I feel full and happy. And love." Mia prompted, her coloring slowing down as she listened intently. "Love is the most important thing of all," Nanna said, her gaze fixed on Mia. "It's what makes me happy to see you every summer, and what makes me happy to cook for you and tell you stories. It's what holds a family together, and it's what I try to share with everyone I meet. When the page says, 'full of love' and 'tea,' it means my heart and my teapot are both overflowing, ready to share with the people I cherish." Mia's little face beamed. She loved the idea of her Nana's heart and teapot being full and overflowing. It made her feel special, knowing she was a part of that. She switched to a light blue crayon to start coloring one of the steaming mugs. "Nanna," she continued, her voice lower now, "did you always have a teapot like this?" "Oh no, not always," Nanna replied, her eyes twinkling with a memory. "This teapot was a gift from my own mother, your great Nanna, on my wedding day. It's been making tea for our family for a very, very long time. Every time I use it, I think of her and how much she loved to sit and chat over a cup of tea. It's a reminder of all the women in our family, all the stories they shared, and the love they poured into every cup. It's more than just a teapot. You see, it's a memory keeper." Mia stopped coloring and looked at the teapot on the page with new eyes. It wasn't just a brown shape anymore. It was a treasure, a keeper of secrets and stories. She looked up at her Nanna, and a new question, a very important one, formed in her mind. "Nanna, what was your favorite story when you were a little girl?" she asked, her voice full of wonder. Nanna Ann Mary's smile widened, and she gently took the crayon from Mia's hand. "Ah, my little one, that is a question for a fresh cup of tea. Let me pour us a cup, and I'll tell you the story of the mischievous leprechaun who lost his gold." She stood up, her movements graceful and unhurried. The kettle was singing on the stove, and the kitchen was filled with the promise. Asterisk, a wonderful, sweet scent began to waft from the kitchen, and Mia's nose twitched. She put her crayon down and asked, "Nana, what are you making? It smells so good. Oh, my little love, that's the smell of a promise," Granny said, looking up from the oven with a loving smile. "Ha! I'm making a fresh apple crumble just for us. It's perfect with a cup of tea. And the best part is, the apples are from the very tree your daddy planted in the garden when he was a boy. And you can see it from the window. He was so proud of that tree." Mia's eyes grew wide with excitement. "Nana, how do you make it?" Granny wiped her hands on her apron and told her the secret recipe, making it sound like pure magic. "It's the easiest thing in the world, my sweet. First, you take a handful of lovely apples, peeled and chopped, and you put them in a little dish with a sprinkle of sugar and a dash of cinnamon. That's for the good feelings, you see. Then, for the top part, you rub some flour and a pat of butter together with your fingers until it looks like breadcrumbs from a storybook. You add in a little bit of sugar and some oats for crunch, and you sprinkle it all over the apples. Then we put it into the oven, and the oven does the rest of the work, turning it all golden and bubbly, just like a little treasure from a fairy tale. And that, my darling, is how we make a simple little dessert that's full of love and happy memories." Asterisk Mia looked out the window at the familiar apple tree. "Nana, what else grows in your garden besides the apple tree? Do all the plants have a story too?" "Oh, my little love, that's a beautiful thing to ask. And the answer is yes, of course they do. It's just like the people who live in it. Every plant in our garden has a story all its own. They're like little memories growing out of the ground. See those bright red rose bushes just by the front door? Your grandpa planted those for me on our very first Christmas together in this cottage. He said they were a promise that our love would keep growing no matter what the weather was like. And he was right. They bloomed every single year, bringing a bit of love to our doorstep, and a little patch of time that grows by the step, that was planted by my own mother. She said it was a kind, brave little plant that always reminded her to be strong. She used to put a little sprig in our pockets before a long walk, and it smelled so lovely and reminded us of home. It's in the look there, at the little forget-me-nots that bloom by the wall. Grandpa always said those were the flowers that would remember us, even when we were gone. When we see them, we can think of all the people we love, whether they're with us or in our hearts. They're a special little hug from the past. So our garden isn't just a garden, you see. It's a memory garden. It's full of all the little stories and big feelings that have made our family. Now how about we get those crayons back to work while the crumble finishes? We've got more shamrocks to uncover, and they're all waiting to tell us their secrets." Asterisk crane tapped a steady, gentle rhythm against the window pane. A perfect soundtrack for the cozy scene unfolding inside. Nanna Ann Mary, her face a roadmap of happy memories, set a steaming pot of tea on the table. The warm aroma of bergamot filled the air, mingling with the sweeter, more subtle scent of baking apples. Asterisk enjoyed this story. Don't miss out on the next one. Subscribe to get updates on new coloring books and stories for your little ones. A trip to Ireland in a box of crayons. Join Granny Ann Marie and her granddaughter Mia for a magical journey through the green hills of Ireland with Crayon. This delightful coloring book on Amazon. Filled with 25 family-friendly Irish jokes, charming illustrations, and a heartwarming story about kindness, shamrocks, and the magic of family. This book is perfect for little hands and big imaginations. Each page is a new adventure waiting to be colored, providing hours of fun and laughter for the whole family. Asterisk, asterisk.